The Law School Admission Council just launched a new $99 application coaching service called App On Track, rolls out June 1st, just a couple of weeks. This is the first time that the organization that owns the LSAT has sold direct coaching on how to get into law school. And the more I looked into it, the more concerning it got. There are a couple of things in their fine print that most people skip past. There's also a federal antitrust lawsuit running in the background, and the financial setup behind this whole thing should change how you think about every LSAC product going forward. Now, a lot of people are about to spend $99 on something they don't fully understand yet. Here is what you actually get. It is a self-paced checklist with reminders. There is a downloadable application timeline. You get optional weekly Zoom hours with LSAC facilitators and modules on personal statements, resumes, references, addenda, and some LSAT study tips. So in real terms, it's a to-do list with a calendar and some optional office hours. There's no one-on-one support, no direct personal statement feedback, and definitely no resume review from a human who's actually read 10,000 of them or more. That is the whole product. And look, I mean, $99 for a structured to-do list isn't outrageous. There are plenty of productivity apps out there that maybe even cost more. The question is whether this specific $99 is worth it for you. There are a couple of problems here. First one is no refunds. This is straight from their FAQ. Quote, if you choose to cancel App On Track or your access to App On Track is terminated by us, you will not be entitled to a refund. So there are no refunds, period. You pay June 1st, you log in, decide it's not for you, you're out 99 bucks. And there is plenty of free LSAT prep there already. For example, my videos on YouTube. Most consultants give you a free intro call. I actually give everybody who wants it a free LSAT tutoring lesson with me personally. And so LSAC here, they're selling a digital self-paced course with a refund policy stricter than a Spirit Airlines basic economy ticket. That's issue number one. Issue number two, they've got some scarcity in their marketing. They're saying capacity for 2026 is limited. The FAQ actually repeats this. So their whole pitch here is urgency. And I mean, look, it's a digital self-paced course. There's no classroom that you got to go to. There's no ratio issues with instructors versus students. The idea of there being limited capacity on an asynchronous digital product is purely marketing, in my opinion, at least. It's not a real constraint. They could serve everybody if they wanted to for free, but they're choosing not to. I'm not saying they're evil, of course. I think maybe they're just trying to work out the kinks before they roll it out bigger, but you shouldn't let that scarcity push you into buying it faster than you should. Now think about who LSAC actually serves. I've spent more time than I should have over the years browsing around LSAC's website, and most applicants only see one side of LSAC. On your end, you take the LSAT, you pay them to register for credential assembly service as well, and then every time they send your file to a law school. If you apply to 10 law schools, you've handed LSAC roughly $665 before you've even opened a law school textbook. But here's the side of LSAC you don't see. They sell just as much to law schools as they sell to applicants, maybe even more. They've got a consulting arm called Legal Education Consulting. You could read about it on their website. They sell marketing, enrollment modeling, and staffing to admissions offices. They also license enrollment management software to law schools called LSAC Unite. And the candidate referral service is LSAC repackaging your information, your contact details, and selling it to law schools as recruitment leads. That's all the spam emails you're getting from law schools right now. Then every spring, LSAC hosts what they call, quote, the event admissions professionals look forward to. So this is their annual conference where every admissions dean in the country shows up on LSAC's dime. And none of this is hidden. It's all on their site under resources for law school deans. So imagine this, LSAC sells you the test, they sell you the application platform, and now they're selling you coaching on how to get past admissions. Meanwhile, on the other side of that same transaction, they're selling those admissions offices the software, the data, and the conferences to help them do their jobs better. So LSAC is selling jerseys to both sports teams here. Now, LSAC's Board of Trustees is composed entirely of people employed by member law schools. The 197 or so ABA-approved law schools that depend on LSAC's platform are the ones running LSAC. So member schools elect the trustees, then they get the platform at no charge. And the pricing you pay runs through that same board. Then there is the recent antitrust lawsuit alleging anti-competitive conduct under the Sherman Antitrust Act. They called it a pay-to-play scheme. And of course, LSAC is denying the allegations here, and there are questions whether they are actually monopoly given the GRE, for example. The federal judge did dismiss the original complaint in April, but gave the plaintiff time to refile, so this case may continue. But bottom line, LSAC has been formally accused in federal court of anti-competitive conduct in the law school admissions market. And so pulled together here, LSAC is structurally controlled by the law schools. Those same law schools buy products from LSAC. The applicants who want to be considered by those law schools pay fees to LSAC, and now LSAC is selling those same applicants $99 coaching on how to do it better in the admissions process that LSAC itself administers. So there is a structural conflict here in terms of the math. Now, think about what $99 is actually getting you. Of course, there are many more expensive admissions consultants charging hundreds of dollars an hour, selling you full service packages for thousands of dollars. And so at $99, they're not really trying to compete with that. Consultants, they're competing with free information like YouTube and podcasts and pre-law advisors. Of course, you've got my YouTube channel for free, but you got my podcast for free as well. Where consulting actually pays off is the element of human support that App On Track isn't giving you. It's not giving you personalized answers to your specific situation or giving you a real person reading your actual essays. And so if the value of App On Track is structure and reminders, you're better off just setting up a Google Calendar for yourself. Maybe it's worth it, maybe it's not. Those of you who end up trying it out, let me know how it goes. If you are in the situation where you are applying this cycle, you're disorganized or you're short on time, you've got no one supporting you, you want someone to hand you a plan, maybe it's worth it for $99. But for everyone else, I'm not so sure. If you've already got an admissions consultant and you can afford premium support, you don't need this $99 thing. And if you're not applying this cycle or you want to do it yourself, you've got plenty of free resources out there, including my YouTube videos. I'm happy to help you out. And if you haven't yet hit your goal LSAT score, definitely don't focus on admissions yet. A few more points on your LSAT's worth way more to you than a checklist of admissions ideas. And so if it were me, I wouldn't buy On Track. I'm not saying it's a scam. I don't think it is. I just think that there's a more comprehensive version of this product available for free online through YouTube and podcasts and such. And then if you really want hands-on support, they're not giving you that anyway. And of course, if you'd like my help, if you're looking for support, I'm offering free LSAT tutoring for everybody watching this now or later. The link to book that free tutoring lesson with me is unpluggedprep.com/start. The link is below the video on YouTube, pinned in the chat on YouTube, in my bio on TikTok and IG as well.